Yeah, g'day, Bush Camping Tools here, or I should say good morning. I want to review my Hannah 3-season Covert tent again. Obviously, when I reviewed the MSR tent I've got, it caused a lot of controversy about, you know, what's a good tent and what's not, and I didn't know what I was talking about, etc., etc. So now I'm just going to go over what is a good 3-season tent and why it's a 3-season tent. Okay, so firstly, we've got two vestibules. We've got one on this side and one on this side. And you'll notice here that right here there is a mesh panel, but the mesh panel is behind a solid panel. Okay, and this can be opened up partially. There's the mesh. There's the mesh there, right? No a mosquito mesh, bug mesh, so no bugs can come through. And the one on the opposite side is here. So you've got cross-through ventilation for a start. They're not directly opposite one another. They're diagonally opposite. So I'm going to zip that up there. So you can regulate the amount of airflow. There, I'll just zip it up so it's out of the way at the moment. You can regulate the amount of airflow. The other thing is you'll notice that this side, this end here, and this end down here are not mesh. And neither is this, and neither is this side. All the way down to the tub floor, right? It's got a generous tub floor. It's all seam sealed. All the ends of the zippers are taped as well, reinforced taped. It's got lots of pockets everywhere to put gear in. All the seams are for bomb-proofness. All the seams are double stitched up here and covered, so they can't be accidentally braided out. You know, you catch something on them, some material, and you start pulling the stitching out. That would be a mistake. And here too, you see. So what you don't want, and at the end too, okay? At the end, these are all pockets down here, and at the end. So what you don't want is, you don't want mesh right to the floor. And the reason is because no matter how good the fly is, and this has got an excellent fly on it, and the fly is stitched really well. You can't see it at the moment. We'll go outside and have a look at it. But the fly will not permit, you know, if this is mesh here, you're just going to get cool coming in here. And what you want with a tent is, if you're looking for a 3-season, this is a 2-person tent. You could probably put 3 guys in it if you had to, or 3 people in it if you had to, easily. What you're looking for is good aerodynamics, or good thermal dynamics, I should say, inside the tent. That means hot air is going to rise from breathing and moist air, and it's got to go out at a vent. So there are 2 vents beyond this pocket. Here is one triangular vent in here. Above this hanging pocket comes off. You can put all your important gear in there, car keys, whatever, things that are going to dig a hole in the tent. And the other vent is up in here. Now these vents need to be exactly where the flow-through vents can be opened or closed in the fly. Okay, so that's one of the vents there, and there's a little stick in there. You can prop the vent up. If it's really howling, you can have that down. So this is one end of the tent, you know, so you pitch the tent with the vestibules. This is the entrance here, and the other entrance is on there. So it can be really super streamlined in the wind. And it's a great fly. See, it goes right almost to the ground. Could have pegged it out harder there. But yeah, that's what makes a good tent, a 3-season tent. So in my wild country, aka Terra Nova now, expedition tent, there's a vent, a small vent up in here, and guess what? So it's up here where it needs to be, because hot air rises. You will have another vent in the fly out there. That's for the Terra Nova anyway, the wild country. But in this case, if you had vents, like why the MSR does not work, my MSR, I believe the design is terrible, why it doesn't work, again, is because if you've got all mesh here, no hot air can rise. The air's just moving all around the place, and it's not moving in any particular direction. So when you're asleep, you want the hot air to move up, and then you want it to be taken out of the tent, or that condensation, any condensation, that warm air to be taken out of the tent through the vents up there. And that's why this tent works. This is a great tent. Let's have a look now out here. I'm going to open up the whole thing so I can regulate it completely. Here is, this is the fly out here. The fly is absolutely bomb proof. Yeah, you got a good vestibule space out here like that. And it does make a difference in the warmth when you're in the mountains. We're in the mountains now, so that's why this is a 3-season tent. I'd say that I could probably take it in the snow. I can't even remember now. I might have had it in light snow already. Certainly been in the rain and everything. So yeah, the Hannah brand. It's a great brand. It's a Czech brand, and this is the Covert model. Thanks for watching Bush Camping Tools here. But anyway, it's a top dollar tent, and that's the tent you want when you are out in, oops, before I fall over here because it's just caught up, in the mountains. You want a good solid tent, don't you? Yeah.